Previously, an adventure awaits. You all had made your way in the snow-covered ground towards the forest nearby and found an encampment of goblins up next to a small hill. Upon investigating, it does appear that these goblins are actually up to good and not threatening any travelers, and in fact, all worship a deity that supports merchants, and they're in fact planning on building a shrine. The story is that they've run away from the High Moor to get away from the other goblins within and their clans that don't quite support their vision and forward-thinkingness, you could say. They agreed to let you spend the night and even offered one of their tents so you can all actually sleep under cover, as there is still a nice light snow coming down off the mountains. We pick up as the sun is setting over the horizon. The temperature drops even more than it already has, and the dinner bell is most likely soon to ring, as you all have receded to your tent to discuss some things further.
Oh yeah, I think Orsik already set up his tent, so we actually have two.
I don't suppose any of you have any letters you want to send. I was asking because I have paper and pen and ink.
Yeah, if you would like to pass over that parchment, I'd like to write one.
Juliet's spending the time between when we talk to that person and when we all sit down and have dinner, like mingling with the goblins, and just generally like catching up on all the hot goss of the goblin camp.
Juliet, go ahead and make a general persuasion check for me while talking to these goblins.
And if it matters, I'm going to write it in Dwarvish.
With the 12, you're come off a little bit abrasive at first, but over the course, I'd say about an hour, maybe a little bit more, you do get some general information. They've been traveling for quite some time. Their group was much larger at some point, but they've lost many numbers, including their original leader.
Did they give any indication why they lost their previous leader?
They died. All the members that they've lost have died during travel. Dalibekek was the second in command kind of at that point and was the natural one to take ownership of the group, and they've lost probably at least half of their original numbers to battles along the way. They're constantly being chased by their original clan, and so they're hoping now they will no longer be pursued.
Do we want to discuss potential plans about what we're going to do on the road?
I need to pay my monthly guild membership as well once we get to Daggerford.
Me too.
Is dinner ready?
I think so. Should go see.
They seem to have kind of very quickly increased the size of their evening meal now that there's quite a few guests. And Jin, you do notice as you walk out too, there are two goblins with hand crossbows at the kind of curved gate entrance.
I'm going to the front gate next to the guards and keep watch with them.
Kaiser's just gonna walk over to the dire wolves and kind of just play with them.
They're liking your attention, but they're looking past to knowing that there's good food cooking, and they're kind of split between you and the food that's out in the center camp.
You want to talk to them?
Yeah, let's go talk to them.
I'll go ahead and start prepping up speak with animals.
Okay, you gonna ritual cast that?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Let's both do it. So Kai will just wait until Mercedes finish her ritual, and we'll both talk to direwolves.
All right. As you begin to speak with, I believe it was Jivit, Zerum, Desi, and
Yusuf.
Anything in particular you are asking them?
What would you recommend? What's really good food here?
They bring us raw squirrels sometimes and rabbits.
Ooh.
And like they cook the meat, but like the raw meat's pretty good.
Have you tried salt and pepper?
Why would you ever put anything on perfectly good meat?
It's a humanoid thing.
Do you have any secrets?
We've been traveling for a while. Desi over here got picked up along the way, so he's kind of the outsider. The other three just like look over at the one named Desi. No, he's not a part of the group yet.
Oh, are you going to welcome him at some point? He's got to earn it. Yeah, that makes sense.
He's got to earn it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
actually yet to even get his first kill. He chickened out.
It takes practice. You guys were always good at what you do, right?
No, we were. At his age? Oh yeah, we were.
He's just a late bloomer. He'll get the hang of it. It's okay.
I'm just gonna give Desi some scritches behind the ear. If you track really well, you could find really yummy bacon. There's hidden bacon hidden in trees. But you haven't seen any because you haven't tracked.
How do you track bacon? Does it move? Bacon?
Their heads tilt as you say bacon. Bacon?
What in the world?
Kai's
Yeah.
gonna make bacon illusion and show them what it looks like.
Just
What's your
bacon
spell
on
save
two
DC?
legs.
My spell save DC, 12.
God, they're gonna go crazy.
That they immediately, all four of them, pounce on this bacon illusion, and then look very disappointed when after
Oh,
like
we're
a few
sorry.
seconds of clawing at it, they look
You
up at
gotta-
you. What
You
is
gotta
this
find
triggering?
that. No, you gotta find it. This was just
It
an
was here.
example.
It went away because you didn't track it first.
They all kind of look between themselves, and they all kind of like get down a little bit, and then just look at you. Bacon. As you both begin to walk away, and as the spell starts to fade, you catch at the end they're all discussing how to track and hunt tree bacon now.
Nice.
As you all begin to gather around the fire, there's a large mixed stew that has been made with all different types of meats and herbs in it. Very flavorful. Even a huge salad that has been made up. Seems to be they've maybe don't eat like this every night, but they've kind of changed the menu given some nice guests are in their camp for tonight. Can you join me in whispers, please?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
dear.
thank you for this entertaining
Oh, boy.
conversation.
Jin is guarding instead of eating, so Oris will definitely bring him a bowl of this delicious goulash.
If there's asparagus, she'll just eye you and like give you a nod while putting asparagus in the soup.
Oris will nod back. No. Oris will come over and hand Jin over the bowl, and he's like, "You're on guard too much. Come, you need to sit down and relax."
Much appreciated.
Right, Oris cans up the bowl and he pats his back and he's making sure that the asparagus is the first thing that you'll see in the bowl, right?
Hey, Mercedes, I've been wanting to ask you for a while. Why do you cover one of your eyes all the time?
My dad said that I had a really bad incident as a kid when we met, and it left me a little sick, and so he made me, a medicine to try and help out with the infection. And it's just, I don't know, I guess I felt a little insecure about it, I suppose. Oh, Juliet, Boros was nice and saved you a piece of paper so you could write letters to your family, or friends, or merchant company, or mercenary guild, or fancy palace that you live.
Or your favorite houseplant?
Or your dog.
Write a letter to my houseplant, Orsik. I don't have anyone to write to, but thank you.
Are you ever going to tell us about that? Was it like a horrible incident? Like, are you sad?
Juliet's
A
gonna
righteous
just
cause.
stare at Mercedes. 30 seconds of just silence, and then it's gonna turn and start talking to the goblin next to her in Goblin about like the weather.
Can't you two just talk it out?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I did. Look, you lied to us. I'm hurt about it, so yeah, I'm pissed at you, and it's gonna be a while before I feel better about it.
If it makes you feel better, I do apologize for lying to you.
Who are the first watch and who are the three on the second watch?
I'll go with Juliet then.
I think Oris will stay with Jin. I guess he's taking first watch.
Then Mercedes and Boros.
As the sun fully sets over the horizon, the goblins recede to their tents. It appears half of them are in the camp at any one point, and the other half are out and about in places. And so whilst their tents can fit multiple people, usually only one person is in a tent at a time. So the goblin that you guys kicked out of his tent, since the goblins gave you one of their tents, is kind of upset. He actually has to share a tent with someone for once.
Aww.
But
Or Gumball.
other than
Okay.
that minor inconvenience, you guys begin to recede in. Both Orsk and Jin, go ahead and make a perception check for me. You don't immediately notice anything awry.
Orsik is just going to be tending to his tools, probably like, humming to himself, right, as he's cleaning them.
I need both of you to go ahead and make wisdom saving throws for me. Your watch coming to a close, you begin to see a large wolf-like figure approaching from far down south. The first thing you notice is not its form, but the fact that it is engulfed in flames. And it appears to be calmly walking towards you. And its form's only truly made out to you as a wolf as it gets about 30 feet away from you.
So, Jin and Orsik both see this?
Yes, you both do.
Do the other goblins see this?
The goblins do not notice.
Orsik turns to Jin, right? Making sure that he acknowledges this thing's presence as well, right?
Jin nods back.
Yeah, Orsik is gonna slowly grab for his bow, right? Just in case this wolf tries to do anything funny,
The burning wolf walks past the two goblins.
So could I make a check to see what exactly it is, right?
Go ahead and roll another perception check for me.
Is it leaving a trail on the snow?
It is not. As it walks past you, Orsik, you notice that, other than the fact it's not leaving a trail, it is a wolf. Its fur appears to be unscathed by the flames. It doesn't seem to notice either of you or care. It just continues to walk through the camp.
Alright, well, Orsik is going to go back to his spot. He's going to try to shrug it off, right? Maybe it's a ghost or something.
Didn't seem to leave any trails. Strange.
Maybe it was some sort of forced spirit. Maybe Kai would know more about this?
That is a possibility.
The other four direwolves sleeping up in the back corner don't seem to notice. And the flaming wolf walks into the hillside and disappears. And with that, the end of your watch comes.
Hey, Boros, wake up.
Oh yeah.
It's your watch, buddy. Come on.
Alright, I'm getting up. I'm up.
Mercedes and Boros, go ahead and roll both perception checks and wisdom saves for me. The snow does actually begin to lift as the night goes on, though even with the light snow falling, it is still very much pitch black, and these goblins seem to be doing somewhat of a two-shift rotation, so the goblins that are currently awake and out there are getting quite tired and cold from being out here for so long, but they all hold their ground.
What do you think happened, Juliet, that makes her so distrustful of me now?
I can't say on account of the fact I haven't quite pinned down her personality.
I'm just not used to talking to people. Outside of a very tiny friend group back at home, you're the first people I've actually connected with in any way.
The same here. I mean, I have conversations with, people buying stuff, but actually getting to know people, it's a new experience for me too, and I'm hoping I'm doing a decent job at it.
As you two are talking, Mercedes, you hear a sound you've heard once before, in fact just earlier today, of a large wooden board and a tripwire getting tripped.
Oh no.
Mercedes, you check up above at the ridge line and notice all of the goblins on the ridge seem to be matched by one attacker each, and the attackers begin pulling out makeshift Molotov cocktails and begin to toss them over the edge. I need everyone, including those asleep, to roll initiative for me.
Holy shit! Ah, no!
As we will pick up our battle as we come back after a short break. As Mercedes, you begin to run towards the tents to alert your party to the situation. Boros, you begin to see, approaching from the south and walking up, 2 more individuals, though dressed both differently than the ones you see up on the ridge. You see a large hobgoblin with fully outfitted, like, custom-made armor, scrolls and pouches along his belt, with a large staff at his side, along with a larger goblin in a chain shirt with a shield, and you see the hobgoblin smile. You thought you could hide forever, huh? This'll be the last time you run away from us. Boys? And you hear his voice echo, and you begin to see all the goblins up on the edge begin to toss Molotovs. For his actual turn, though, he walks up to the goblin here on the right and will reach straight for this guard's throat. That's a natural 20, folks, to start it off.
Oh,
Woo!
God.
That's what type of combat
Amazing.
this is going to be.
Damn.
You see a kind of electricity charge begin to wrap around the hobgoblin's arm, and it leaves nothing but a scorched body as he drops him. And that guard is dead. Kai, what is your passive perception?
14.
But DM will allow you to have been awoken by this commotion outside.
Well, I'm just gonna peek my head out.
You see Mercedes running towards you with a panicked look on her face.
I'll just move up right next to her. Like, oh, well, this is happening. Okay. All groggy, and I'm gonna shoot the first goblin I see.
Which way? The one
This
at the
goblin
gate or
right
one?
here.
That one? Okay. Will not hit.
I'll stop right there. That's my action.
Okay. Boros.
You know, I was gonna give you a choice to run away, but seeing that, to the death, I will rage. Stepping up with no fear or hesitation, I'm going to attack it.
Yep, that will unfortunately miss. He just very quickly washes out of the way of your great sword.
Just lock eyes with him, and that's my turn.
Coming up to his right hand right next to you. His right hand will take out a scimitar and will target the other guard that is right there.
Oh, bad move on his part, though. As I'm going to make an attack of opportunity on him since he's not attacking me.
Ah,
I just
Damn,
don't want to hit
Daniel.
today.
For one, yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't really even notice you going to attack him, and it's very much a surprise, but very quickly just rushes out of the way and is like, oh shit. He misses his first attack, though, onto that one, though he does have a version of multi-attack. Nope, that will not hit either. So he will miss his 2 attacks. Comes up to Mercedes. Kai seems to have been awoken, though at this point, at least no one else has come out of the tent yet with the commotion.
I'll use a free action to yell for the others to get up. And then I'm going to go ahead and cast Fairy Fire in the 20-foot cube.
His right hand will pass, but with a natural 5, the head guy will definitely not pass.
And then I will use a bonus action to cast Terror. I'm going to back up one so I can kind of be close to Kai. And that'll be
Alrighty.
my turn done.
Jen, you have been awoken by Mercedes' yelling that danger is afoot.
I'm going to rapidly get up and look outside. As a bonus action, it doubles my jump, so I can catch up to like 13 feet. So I'm going to run over here, and I'm going to jump off the wall, catch the ledge.
Yeah, I will say with that ability, you can monk it with ease.
I am going to chuck a shuriken at this target.
The dice just don't want to hit us anything tonight.
The shuriken going just straight into the cliff in the back, and it lodges in. That goblin kind of gives you a smug grin and is like, simpleton.
That is my turn.
Juliet, even with your low passive perception, you have been awoken to some commotion, though maybe a little bit groggier than the others.
get up, grab sword shield. I'm gonna move behind Mercedes. So on that one, I would like to go ahead and cast the spell Command. and make him drop the Molotov he's holding, preferably at his own feet, and light his goddamn self on fire, but we'll see what happens.
That's bitchin'.
Alright. That's a natural one from my end. It will take the command on its turn.
Yeah.
Orsk, the last one to kind of stir up.
So Orsk is gonna grab his combat gear, right? He's gonna be pretty mad. He just wanted to sleep. Hurry up over to this location right beside Juliet, and he's gonna take out an arrow from the quiver on his back, and he's gonna aim it right at this soon-to-be ex-goblin, right? All I wanted was some goddamn sleep. This is adjacent to an ally, correct? So, will sneak attack apply here?
Yes, you get sneak attack. He doesn't seem to really notice you at all until an arrow goes straight through his chest. He looks down and looks over at you before collapsing. And the friendly goblin that was next to him just kind of looks at it and looks down at you and is like, "Thank you."
With my bonus action, crouch behind Juliet, right?
So you were standing there when you took a shot, so it's going to be a way higher DC to hide from where you just shot someone. Do you have your shield, Juliet?
I do.
As you move your shield, he just moves with it.
Juliet, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Enemy goblins' turns. We'll start here. Jin, this one will move up. He will chuck his Molotov cocktail down. That tent is now on fire. This one drops it right on the dire wolf.
No! Monsters!
That is all their main actions. The purple goblin that has been commanded will drop not only the Molotov cocktail, which is most definitely high enough to break that, but also his shield, as both of these boys that
Our goblin!
now
It's broken.
It's broken.
a lit a fire there. Coming from the outskirts of camp are two more goblins approaching from here. You can't see my
no.
ping tool. And they are going to walk up there and walk up there. And this one on the left here is going to take an attack on the guard boy.
That boy.
Barely hits. And then Boros, the other one, is going to take an attack against you. A 15 to hit.
Just hits.
4 slashing damage. And you're raging, so it's 2.
Yep.
Top of the turn order, big bad evil guy. Mercedes, you notice 3 glowing, kind of reddish, pinkish bolts of energy emit from his hand that fly over the wall and hit you. That will be 8 force damage in total, as these 3 bolts of energy kind of all separate and then converge back, completely passing right by you, Kai, and just strike Mercedes. Moving on, Kai.
Mercedes! A little bit here, so I could have a range on the bad guy and shoot him with my longbow.
15 will hit.
Ah! I'm also gonna hit him with Favorite Foe and Dreadful Strike. There's a butterfly tattoo smack on his forehead. A free action. I'm just gonna scream towards the direwolves and point at like the main goblin. He has tree bacon! And that's it.
Alright, noted. Boros.
To the big man that's very fired. Slash down at him now that he's all shiny and easy to hit.
13 will just hit.
Oh, thank goodness.
Mr. Right-Hand Man is going to target the other guard.
Too bad for him. I'm going to attack him again.
Go for it. That just hits, actually, yes.
Oh god, that just hits.
Just hits. Right-Hand Man will hit both of his attacks onto the other guard. Obliterated. 2 quick scimitar attacks, and the other front guard is now down. That will be his turn. We come to Mercedes.
Chill touch on the one that attacked me.
A 15 will hit.
So it should only be 3. Yeah, he can't regain hit points.
The good goblins begin to engage with their counterparts. Jen, the goblin next to you, the good guy misses his attack onto the other one.
Aww.
Wolfies do begin making their way towards you guys at a slightly reduced speed due to them having to get up and get out of the fire. And the other ones are still raising from their tents. Jen, it is to you now.
Get behind this one so I get the +2, and I'm going to pop him in the back of his knee.
7 bludgeoning damage. You just kill him.
There goes Kid again, fucking killing people with just one punch.
Very nice.
Damn.
One hit wonder up here.
I'll go this far, and that's my turn.
I'm gonna move here. And
Okay.
as I go past Kai, I'm gonna be like, focus your range up top. And then I'm gonna come help Boros. Yeah, I've got advantage on him because he's very fired, so I'm gonna hit him. How about a double crit?
A double crit.
Hey.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and slap a smite on that.
I don't blame you.
The crest on her shield sort of like gets like a cool glowy outline, and then it sort of just moves across through her sword and also through this goblin's body.
You give him a huge gash straight down his side, like shoulder down to hip. Lightly glowing hobgoblin body from fairy fire now glows even brighter. This light just breaking through the night's darkness across here. And with that, Orsk, go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Just barely catching a glimpse, you see Dali Bakek bound by rope and chains being taken by one of the goblins out behind this tent.
Nah, that ain't happening. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to make my way over there, and I'm going to unleash the arrow.
13 will not hit right off one of its seams and goes into the mountain behind, but he now knows about your existence.
Bonus action, and I'm going to make a dash over there and be engaged with it.
End of your turn, back to their turn. Purple is not looking too great at this point as he is burnt. And he will try to move out of the fire and begins to try to pat himself off. To the two goblins that engaged with one, he just takes them both out with a multi-attack.
Wow.
And top one takes some more damage, and both of those miss. This one takes nothing. Though with you, Orsk, now engaged with you, he has one hand holding the Dali Bakek, and he will use his other hand to make a scimitar attack against you. The first attack is a 8 to hit.
That is a miss. Thank goodness.
Second attack is a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
I would hope so. That is 8 slashing damage as the second attack makes contact with you.
Alright, 8 slashing. Alright, pretty good hit.
There's the two down here. Right next to you, Boros. It's going to make a scimitar attack against you. 19 to hit.
Yep.
That will be 7 slashing. And then Juliet, 1 will come after you also. That is a natural 20. 10 slashing. That will be their turns. Top of the round, big guy begins to kind of twirl his staff around his back. You see this kind of yellowish, orangish energy begin to kind of mist around him as he teleports with Misty Step behind Mercedes and will provoke an attack of opportunity as he continues to move towards Orsk with the rest of his movement.
Oh my.
22 will definitely hit.
13 points of necrotic damage and bludgeoning damage combined.
So his main action will be use Acid Splash instead. And so that will apply to your dexterity saving throw. See 2 damage onto Dali Bakek.
I'll move up a bit and I'll just do arrow at him.
16 will hit.
Did not add my favorite foe, so I'm gonna add another 1d4.
As you sink an arrow kind of straight into the back of his shoulder blade, he kind of grunts for a second and takes a look behind you and looks straight back to Orsk. Does not seem to really care about this arrow you've just implanted him with.
That's fine, because I will use my bonus action in Snarling Strike.
Boros just turns around and just is going to ignore these 3.
We'll all just hold the front then.
Oh, myself.
Okay. They will both take that. 22 and an 18. That is 10 damage from the right-hand man and 6 damage from the other regular goblin. Okay, so the other one will take his... That's a natural 20 from the other regular goblin.
Damn.
9 to 11 slashing damage from the other regular goblin, too.
Okay, I'm fine. Dash action.
Though there is a hole in the back of the tent, so you can go through if you'd like, but just so you know, you will be within the tent standing where you are now.
And that's my full turn.
All right. be the right-hand man's turn. He's going to take a step up at you, Juliet. And that's another natural 20.
Fine. I
God.
Stop it.
10 slashing damage from him.
Great.
And
Thank
his
you.
multi-attack, he does get a second attack just with disadvantage.
Don't dare.
That was another natural 20 and a 9.
Oh,
Thank God. The 9
jeez.
misses.
Thank God for disadvantage. Yeah, it was 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 13 actually in total after his 2-hit bonus.
That does not. My armor
13
class
does
is
not?
14
Okay.
right now.
That will be the right-hand man's turn then.
Mercedes, I was also not joking. I can actually hold the front if you want to go get rid of the big guy.
Kai's already assisting with that with range, and Orsik's up front, and Boros is freight training his way that way. I should probably do a
Just stay safe.
Because I did not do it before, though it does not affect anyone, so I'm still okay with doing this now. Fire begins to expand.
Fire bad.
That little goblin there is actually now completely engulfed.
I'm gonna run over and get rid of this one. I'm gonna cast Shape Water. It's 5 feet, so it should start extinguishing, from the center.
You shape this water to attempt to snuff out this fire whilst it is spreading. It also does not seem to care about water.
Magic fire.
Most likely, yes.
And that's my turn done.
Goblin's turn order. So Jin, you can barely see through the fire that he loses the battle and will fall. Your other friend will try to push up next to you and will try to help out here. That'll actually hit.
Hey.
So he does some damage to the purple guy here who is on his last leg. I love that I'm calling him purple guy. His command was cast on him once. Good goblins, let's fight up here. That'll hit too. So both of these goblins up here too successfully attack their adversaries and get some good damage in.
Nice.
Dolly Bakek is also up here. So Boros, she can tell you're not doing good. She will raise her bound hands and speak something in Goblin that you do not understand. And you will heal 10 hit points.
Perfect.
That will be her turn. That was all of those. Doggos continue walking up. They get up to you, Kai, and kind of just all look at you.
I have a dog army.
You do.
Jin, you are up.
Can I run up here and jump on his head as an attack, and then wall run around the fire?
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check with advantage for me.
You can Mario jump on his skull? Hell yeah.
Yeah, with advantage, that's easy enough. Both of the goblins just kind of watch you as in slow motion you just wall run up to the side. Go ahead and roll to kick that guy's head as you run past. 11 unfortunately will not hit.
I second kicked to get it some momentum.
Damn.
Will not hit.
Oof.
But he just kind of easily dodges both of these attacks and he just kind of looks at you and goes,
So I'm gonna move here to physically block this gateway. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the second in command. I do not want to add a smite on this one. So just 9 slashing. That will be my turn.
Alright, so Orsik takes out his short sword and he's gonna turn to Boros and he's gonna say, I'm gonna leave the big one to you. And he's gonna turn towards the goblin taking Bakek and it's gonna try to strike.
Damn it.
I'm going to give Boros the help action as a bonus, right? Tell him to direct his energy towards the BBEG of this fight, so it'll give him advantage on his attack, hopefully.
With that, it goes to the bad goblins. We'll start down at the south. Juliet, both of them will make an attack against you. That is I believe it's a +4. That is a dirty 20 and a 14.
Those will both hit.
Both hits. That is a 8 slashing damage plus another 5 slashing.
Oh, thank God. I am still technically up.
I can see that health bar. Oh, no. Jin, the one that is laughing in your face, is gonna target you. That is a 17 to hit.
Just hits.
That will be for 6 slashing damage.
Alright.
Speed run through these. That's a miss. That's a miss. And that's a miss. Well, damn. Okay. And Orsk, the one in front of you, is going to attempt to grapple Dolly Bakek to keep her from casting anything more, at least with somatic components. It's a natural 20 on her part, a 7 on his part.
Very good.
Just as she finishes casting Cure Wounds, this tiny little goblin attempts to jump up and grapple her. She pushes him right off. That is everyone. Top of the turn order.
Oh yeah, the fire spreads. Oh, here we go.
Fire is now in.
I know.
Oh!
Just go.
Oh no!
Oh, Jin!
Jin, it is now very close to you.
Wait, Jin's a fire guy. He'll be fucking fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. There's one literally
Would
next to
he?
Boris and I.
So Boros and Dolly Bakek are now within. That will actually be on your turn. Will be a dexterity saving throw to not take damage from that spreading of fire.
Okay.
Another fire begins to spread between those two tents also. It goes to Big Guy's turn. Right in the center here, between all of you, put his staff under his arm. He pulls out from one of his many pouches along his belt what appears to be some bat shit and some sulfur, and begins to smash it together. And right in front of him, smashes his hands down as a fireball emits in the middle of.
Oh my god!
With his ability, he has Army Arcana. Him and his goblin will both save automatically and not take any damage. So I need Orsk, Boros, and Dolly Bakek to roll dexterity saving throws for me.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
damn.
18.
I should have done the bonus action.
Hey!
Okay,
Good.
you all save.
I was scared. Well, I still could be in danger. I only have so much HP.
Oh, you're always in danger.
I need some more dice.
Ah, see, there we go.
So 28 fire damage in total. You both get that halved, though Dolly Bakek failed.
Good news. I'm at 9 HP.
So since you are both within 5 feet of one of his allies,
Oh
you
no.
both take an additional unhalved 8 damage. 8
No.
fire damage.
Oh, good. I have 1 HP.
Get the fuck out of
Now
there. Now you look worse than me.
Oh god.
That is now twice I have left Orsk at 1 HP.
Well, you know, Aaron, one of these days you're gonna be in a game that I run, and let me tell you, she's gonna be on the other foot.
Big hobgoblin just chuck a gigantic ball of fire that radiated in a 20-foot sphere out. It also makes this fire spread even more.
Damn
That was
it.
next to it.
Oh my
And there
god.
is now
We gotta
you
end
are
this.
now trying to shoot to anyone within that fire is now at disadvantage due to the fire blocking some of your sight.
Hey, puppers, follow the arrow. He has all the bacon tree in his armor.
I need you to roll a persuasion check for me.
Nice.
Oh, yes!
That will hit. And that will be a 15, so he does save.
Damn.
The ensnaring damage does not happen. He is not looking great now, as that arrow kind of just goes into the small of his back, and you can tell there's like some nerve pain and twitch, and he turns back and just.
Yeah, I'm done.
Boros, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
I'm on fire.
God, Boris, you don't
17.
fucking make.
A 17. You save, and you will take half damage.
Okay.
1 fire damage.
Okay. I'm still fighting at least.
What's your HP at, by the way?
12.
Wow. Okay, great. I'm glad to get to live through this.
Big. I'd want big men dead now, please. Big number.
That is big
Big
number.
number.
Nice.
What, 23 in total, it looks like?
Yep.
How do you want to do this?
Yes.
Nice.
See, the Kai catches attention, and that brief of distraction, the blade just cleaves his head in half.
You can see him reaching for more spell components in his pouch. Suddenly just freezes and blood pouring down his body. And he falls to his knees and in one last moment looks up at you, Boros, before falling over.
I'm just gonna stand right here as a fiery, burning demon snake just staring at this goblin.
That is a terrifying picture, but noted. Next up, right-hand man. We'll look at you, Juliet. Make his first attack against you. That is I believe, a dirty 20. 4 slashing damage.
That's one too many.
Damn.
Good night.
As Juliet falls unconscious, he will step right over your falling body
I
and
told
make
you to
his
back the fuck
second
up.
attack
Aaron listens.
at Mercedes.
That proc-
He enters Circle of Spores, yes, if you'd like to use your reaction. That is a natural 18. Thankfully for disadvantage, his disadvantage is a natural 1. So he will miss his second attack against you, tripping over Juliet's large body and is like, shit! And makes a slash against you, but fails as he gets his footing and begins to stare you down more. That will be his turn, and it comes to Mercedes.
So you should have 8 points, and then the one that downed Juliet, take my staff and pull it back. That's my turn then.
Going to the friendly goblin's turn. Oh man has 1 HP. Friendly goblin misses. Unbelievable. It's a natural 3, and that's natural 4. We moved up. It is the time of the wolves. Run straight into the fire. Uncaring about their own health and well-being.
You said the 2 tips!
I just really want that bacon.
And one of them will go to attack the back man. Double natural 20.
Hell yeah.
First
Got
two.
those.
They all somehow save. You know what? This is Desi. Desi's gonna prove himself today.
Hey.
And Desi will get his first kill. You can see his fur just like scorched as he runs through. Will just tackle this goblin to the ground and just start ripping his throat out. As the other 2 will then move up, they will get to there. And they begin to pull out Dali Bakek, but they cannot quite get far enough. Dali Bakek does get her turn. As she is getting pulled past, she was in range of Orsk. Orsk, she will give you a cure wounds. That will be 6 points of healing as the wolves begin to pull her out. Now we come up to Jin.
I'm gonna punch him right in the back of the head.
Well, that's gonna do it.
I'm running right over here and flurry of blows. I'm also going to ignite my fists. Hit this one with 2 flaming punches right in the back of its lower spine. Third attack is gonna go for the one up top, and I'm gonna amplify this one. Damn.
Unfortunately, a 7 will not hit.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit this guy in front of me.
Yeah, that will miss. Orsk, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me. You take 1 point of fire damage.
Kai, you'll see Orisk pop out of this raging flame. Don't go in there! It's awful! Where are the others?
Damn, you smell like bacon.
Bacon too loud around the dogs.
Yeah.
The girls need help. Up in the front.
Got it. You what? I have not done a commander strike yet. Juliet, if you can hear me, give him hell! And that is going to give you a reaction to attack, and if you hit, it's going to give you an extra 1d6.
Cool. I'm gonna hit the same guy because I hate him.
Yes.
With an 18.
That will hit. Bad goblins. Jin, the one up next to you, is going to make an attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural 17, so a total of 21 to hit.
Yep.
And that'll be a whole 3 slashing damage. Absolutely stunning. It's another natural 20. What is that, like double digits in natural 20s for me tonight?
You did a
It's-
lot.
Yeah, it's a
She's got a kid.
really heavy 20 session.
Yeah. So this boy's
Like
dead
across
now.
the board.
Then one's going to attack you, Mercedes. The one in front of you. That is a 16 to hit.
That does.
And that will be 7 slashing damage. On Juliet's, the other one will attack you with a for 17 to hit.
I'll hit.
And that'll be 5 slashing damage. Top of the turn order. It's a wonder what the fire does.
Oh boy.
We're smack in the middle.
Oh no!
I know.
And since Big Guy is dead, Kai.
Can I grab her out of there?
Yeah, you can run in and grapple her.
Okay.
You'd probably want to pull her like to the campfire area, or you
Yes.
you stand right there and then she there, and that'll take. You have 5 feet of movement left. I'd say since she's now free, since you've already used your action to grapple her, it'll be a combination of you helping and her doing it, so she'll be unbound on her turn. Boros, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me. 1 fire damage. Stunning.
On my way out, I'm gonna grab this guy by the head, drag the corpse out with me.
Alright.
I'm just gonna get out of the fire real quick.
Hey, Boros, good to see you again.
I lift their boss up by the head and just crush his head like a grape. I want to roll intimidate on them.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check. Noted. Going to second in command's turn, who is the captain now.
Use my Halo of Spores. I need them to make the con save.
Fail. Horribly.
So 7 points of damage.
They are dead.
Amazing.
Nice.
These spores begin to plow into their bodies. It just becomes too much, and they fall over Juliet right after this man is like swinging at you with his last breath. Mercedes.
I'm gonna move up next to Juliet's big old crack and hit him with my stick.
He's dead no matter what. You all seeing a very violent side of Mercedes that really hasn't been seen up until now. Just splits this man's head open too and falls over.
I'm gonna look to Juliet and I'm gonna say, "You still really hurt?" I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action and give her a healing word. We need to get out of here.
With that goes to the allies' turn now. Jen, since you have that one going up there, your goblin friend sitting next to you is actually going to take a shot across the crevasse there at the other guy that just murdered his friend. That's very much going to hit. Short bow is also 1d6. It's going to be maximum damage. This man across the way is now dead too, as he takes out his short bow and just gives an arrow straight through the neck. And that eliminates that, leaving only one enemy on the board. Dolly Bakek is now out of her binds and actually go ahead and like retreats into your tent, Orsk, that's down there.
No.
2 allied goblins that had been intense this entire time begin making their way also towards the exit. But doggos also will begin moving as a pack. Who is the worst out of everyone here?
I'm at 6.
8 points of healing as she gives you a nice healing word.
That's great. Please get out of my tent.
Jen, there is the last enemy on the map is right in front of you, and he ain't looking great.
I'm gonna punch him against the wall.
That will hit.
As he bounces off the wall, I'm gonna go bop bop again, ricochet him off.
Oh my god.
He does.
You annihilate him.
Now I need to get the hell out of here. I'm gonna do a running jump, and like to get some leverage so I can jump on top of this.
Easily enough as a monk of your stature.
I will
That's a
go
good point.
back to the tent and get my shit so that it doesn't burn up in the fire.
Orsk.
Orsk is going to make a mad dash down to his own tent.
I'm just gonna
He's-
give you a high five where you run
Yeah,
out.
Oh yeah, he's never gonna like high five you back, right? And he's gonna like open up the tent, right? He's gonna say, "You need to get out of my tent. This whole place is burning down."
As you open up your tent, you do see she is attempting to grab your guys' personal effects to get it out for you.
Oh. Well,
Throw it over the
thank
wall.
you. Orsk is going to help, and then as soon as that's done, he's gonna try to quickly fold up his tent that he paid for. Right? He doesn't want to buy another tent.
Go ahead and make a general dexterity check for me. You have your arms full. I'll say object interaction. You picked up your shit in one go, and are like trying to not drop things and pull out these stakes at the same time, and it's not going well.
Ah, okay.
Top of the turn order. Fire is spreading.
Wait,
Kai,
what?
it is your turn.
Am
Go
I
ahead and make a
actually
dexterity
burning?
saving throw.
I'm burning!
You are. You take 6 fire damage. You can get safely out if you want to spend your action to dash.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Like, all right, Boros, you are still dragging this man's body, so you
At
are
this
still
point,
in
I'm
that movement.
He
I'm
does.
gonna let him go.
All right, we're gonna let him go.
It's
He
not
stays
not worth
there
it.
then. That will be 3 fire damage.
I'm gonna
For me,
use
at
my
least.
movement and action to get out.
All right, I'd say with a dash you can easily enough get outside the walls.
As I step out of the flames, horrifically scorched, most of my clothing is burned, and my rage ends as I will immediately fall to my knees and just begin to vomit profusely.
I'm gonna go ahead and use wild shape into a giant badger. Start burrowing under the wall so that way the homies can get out from the other side.
You need to go 5 feet down, so that's half of your burrow movement, so you can move 5 feet forward right now. So you guys see as Mercedes' spores begin to surround her, she just a giant badger and just begins to dig down and she disappears. The allies' turn. The boys start coming out. This man will start moving his way towards you. 20, 30. Starting this one also. And that's the allies' turn. Jen.
Take out my rope, toss it down so he can grab it and get up here.
For the sake of brevity, Jin, you will be able to help that other goblin out and assist him in making his way down the hill. Mercedes will burrow through to the other side and give everyone on the other side a way to get out. Orsk, with the help of Juliet and Dali Bakek, you are able to disassemble your tent and kind of just stuff it through the burrow. Boros and Kai and the other goblins like pull out this tent and like the stakes get kind of stuck and you can feel the fire approaching and then you just like pull this.
Is it really worth it?
Battered tent.
Yes! 2 gold! I'm not spending more for that.
You see Dali Bakek once again kind of kneel down and holding her holy symbol. Her form begins to glow almost impossibly bright white. And at the end of her prayer, there are a lot of words you don't understand, Juliet. Whether or not they're in Goblin or not, it's hard to tell exactly what type of words these were. This bright light fades. Her form has changed. She now appears to be more of a half-woman, half-wolf type figure. As she stands up, still with her wolf claw kind of gripping this holy symbol, and this bright light puts out all the fires in a large kind of...
Sorry we couldn't save them all.
You did what you could, child. It is regrettable that they got the jump on us.
Well, now that they're gone, you don't have to worry about them anymore, yes?
They will send more, and I don't know if our numbers can recover from this, as she motions to the only 4 friendly goblins still alive. Burned and battered, all of them.
Then take refuge at the way in. Well, how about in Daggerford, or really any large city?
I don't believe a large city would accept a band of goblins and their guardian.
Well, I don't see why not. You worship a god of trade. What better way to openly worship such a being than any town where such things thrive?
It's worth trying at least. At least coming with us to the Wayward. We'll vouch for you.
Kind of owe us a couple favors.
You've done more than enough, children. Without you, we all would have died. If you think that this way in will accept a kind like mine and those of my associates, then we will try. We should rest before traveling. This other one here is still standing. That they had given to
Hey!
you.
There we
So
go.
She was able to stop the fires before that one was.
All of us huddle in both tents. We'll just sleep the night away.
Given the amount of activity that has happened, your long rest will need to restart. We'll pick up there next week.